You probably mostly hear about the good sides of backpacking and traveling the world, but you might be wondering what is actually not so great about traveling. I'm gonna tell you what suck about backpacking. The first one is staying in hostels. Hostels are great when you want cheap accommodation, but sometimes it could be a little bit too much. You're just constantly around people and you feel kind of forced to get to know people and make friends. Sometimes you just want a little bit of privacy and be a little bit alone. Cooking in the shared kitchen. Not everyone is great at cleaning after them. Sometimes the shared kitchen is just a mess. There's dirty cups and pans and plates everywhere, and sometimes it's just gross. And the worst is when you open the fridge and someone forgot to empty their shelf before they left and the food just stinks and it's off and yeah. It's just not great. The next one is sleeping at airport floors. You might think, I can sleep at the airport for one night, that's no problem, as long as I get these cheap tickets. Well, you will regret it. After 2 hours, it's cold, it's hard, it's uncomfortable, it's loud, it's noisy, it's too light. It's an experience that, if you've done it once, you never want to do it again. So from now on, I'm gonna pay a little bit more for flight tickets to make sure I don't have to stay on more airport floors. Public transport. If you wonder what that is, that's my dog chewing. That's some proper dog ASMR. Public transport is tiring. You have to... I think I have to wait until my dog is done chewing. I might be wondering what this is. This is my perfect microphone handle thing. Public transport is tiring. Sometimes you just get tired of having to constantly save money on cheap transportation. Taking buses, train, trams, tuk-tuk, cheap moped, whatever really. Sometimes you just want to get in a taxi and get to somewhere without having to carry your backpack around and all the noise and time schedules and delays and all that. Travel days are exhausting. Sometimes it can just be really exhausting having to go from one place to another. You have to carry your backpack or your suitcase, it's heavy. You might regret that you booked so many different destinations into one holiday. Bed bugs. Definitely one of the nasty, disgusting things about sharing your bedroom with a lot of other people, or hotels in that case. Even if there are no other people there, they can still be around. So you have to check for them because you definitely don't want them in your luggage. Illness, especially if you're staying in a hostel, I just feel that there's always some kind of disease going around. Everyone's just constantly coughing or a bit of a stuffed nose, or it's probably got to do with the dirty kitchens that you're all cooking in. Limited privacy. If you're sharing a hostel room with 12 others or more or less, there is going to be less privacy, and you have those shower cubicles and shared bathrooms. You're always around people. Sometimes you just wish that you had a little bit more privacy. And from being around a lot of people, it can also be lonely. Maybe you only stay in one place for a short amount of time and you're just jumping from one place to another. In that case, it might be really difficult to actually make friends or get to know people. And sometimes you just don't meet people that you find a good connection with. So yes, it can be lonely. And the last one, it isn't always life-changing. Don't let social media fool you to think that traveling and backpacking has to be life-changing. Every new destination is going to be even greater and you're just gonna feel, I don't know, rejuvenated and amazing all the time. No, sometimes you just have a okay or a good trip without feeling that it has changed your life or changed you as a person and your beliefs and values and that kind of stuff. It's not always like that. Now, I'm really curious, what do you think suck about backpacking or traveling in general?